What's up, fellow Saiyans, and welcome to episode 63 of my Marvel United mini paints. Today I'm doing Pestilence. She is the third Horseman of Apocalypse that I'm tackling. She used to be the mutant Plague, who is a member of the Morlocks. She had the ability to make people sick. She gets approached by Apocalypse, gets more power from him, and becomes his Horseman Pestilence. Which only leaves me one more horseman left. To start her off, I'm going to take Dragon Red. And this is going to be used for her costume that she's wearing, like her outfit, her shirt, and her pants and stuff. And with Dragon Red, it's a little bit liquidy, so you're going to need at least 2 to 3 coats of this to make it consistent. The mini itself is primed up in uniform gray, and the video is being sped up 16 times its normal speed. It usually takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to do a mini. So you can imagine how much red I was laying down on her. Now while that dries, I'm gonna move on down to the base, and I'm gonna use jungle green for that because she's like standing on like a toxic pile of something. There's like a barrel next to her with like radiation symbol on it. Now for the beast horse thing she's riding on, as well as her mask, I'm going to use greedy gold. And I've just been changing it up a little bit for each horseman. I want it to be like a slightly different tint of gold. Now for the little toxic barrel that all that ooze is coming out of, I'm going to use gunmetal, which is one of my darker metallics. That way it'll give me a little bit of room to work with for the highlights later. And now for her eyes, I'm going to use matte white. And I'm going to dot her eyes as well as the horse beast thing that she's riding. Because I'm going to put a neon paint on top of that later, but I always kind of lay down like a white base for it. And lastly, for her hair, I'm going to use gemstone. Now I'm just going to take my detail brush and I'm just going to go clean up all my lines. Make sure every color's where it's supposed to be, not crossing over to any other color. And it's time to start our washing process. So I'm basically going to use dark tone on everything except for the reds and the base. I'm going to use a little bit of dark tone on the barrel, but this is mainly for her mask and for the horse beast thing she's riding, and the barrel are all going to get dark tone. Just remember with washes, you don't want any puddles or bubbles. Sometimes I'll take some water and drag some of the wash out if I have to. Now for all the red parts in her costume, like the hair and her outfit, we're going to use red tone. And lastly, for the base, I'm going to use military shader. And after I'm finished with this, I'm going to set it, let the mini dry for a while, and it'll be time to start the highlights. So for the gold we were using before, I'm still going to take the greedy gold. I'm going to add a little bit of fairy dust to it to brighten it up. And we're going to use this as our highlight for the gold color. I'm sort of going to almost use a dry brush method, but with a smaller brush. Once that's finished up, it'll be time to move to our reds. Like the costume and the hair, for both of them, we're going to use pure red. Now for the little barrel, we're going to use shining silver. Now, I'm going to take this neon yellow that I have. This is a neon set from Five Below. It's real cheap. It's not like the army painter or anything like that, but with a white underbase, it shows up really cool and looks really nice when you're using it for kind of like a special effect, like light up eyes or fire or glowing of any sort. But for the hair, I'm going to take the gemstone I used before and fairy dust, and I'm going to go over top of what we did before. Now, I'm going to take the same neon set, but this is the green, just the straight green, the neon green. And I'm going to take this, and we're going to add a layer of this over top of the ooze on the base. Now, we're going to give that a second to dry, and then we're going to also take the lemon yellow color I have, and I'm going to mix that with the green that we just added to make it a little bit brighter. And then we're going to apply this to certain spots on the base. Now I'm going to take this titanium white and I'm going to add a little bit of this to the color to even brighten it up a little more. And yeah, that's right, you guessed it. We're going to add it to slightly smaller spots on the base. And then I'm just taking that same exact titanium white again, but I'm just using it on its own and just barely touching a few spots. And this is going to be the finished miniature of Pestilence. I'm satisfied with her. I like how the base turned out. You'll get a better look at her in a second, but I mean, all of my horsemen kind of have like cool bases that kind of match like who they are in the apocalypse. So, but if you like this video, you can check out my Facebook or my Twitch page, Saiyan Elite. The link's down in the description below. If you want to get notified of new episodes when they come out, hit that subscribe button. That way you'll get alerted. I've got more of these videos coming out, and I just recently received my shipment of Season 3, so I'm going to be painting figures till the day I die, probably. But again, I'd like to thank you guys all for watching, and later, Saiyans.